Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are exploring one of America's most famous coins, the Kennedy half-dollar. Millions of these coins have been produced since 1964, but hidden among ordinary-looking coins are special examples that collectors search for. Some contain silver, some have rare varieties or mint errors, and some become valuable because of their outstanding condition. In this video, we will take a closer look at the Kennedy half-dollar and uncover the details that many collectors may have missed for years. Could one of these coins be hiding in your old collection, coin jar, or family box? Let's discover the history, secrets, and possible value behind these fascinating United States coins. Let's get started. First up, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary 50-cent coin, especially if it's worn or in rough condition. But don't let appearances fool you. Some 1971 Kennedy half-dollars have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars because of rare mint errors, exceptional varieties, or unique characteristics. In this video, we'll uncover the history of this iconic coin, explore its hidden features, explain why collectors pay premium prices, and reveal exactly what to look for before you spend or sell one. Make sure to watch until the end, because the final section could help you identify a coin worth far more than its face value. The story of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar begins after one of the most tragic events in American history, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in November 1963. The nation mourned deeply, and within months the United States Mint replaced the Franklin half-dollar with a new design honoring the late president. The Kennedy half-dollar first appeared in 1964 and quickly became one of the most collected coins in America. Early Kennedy half-dollars contained 90% silver, but rising silver prices forced the U.S. Mint to reduce the silver content in 1965. By 1971, the Mint completely eliminated silver from regular circulation half-dollars. This made the 1971 issue the first standard Kennedy half-dollar struck entirely in a copper-nickel-clad composition, marking the beginning of a new era in American coinage. The Denver Mint played a major role in producing Kennedy half-dollars in 1971. Every coin struck there carries the small D mint mark, located on the obverse below President Kennedy's neck and above the date. More than 300 million examples were produced, making the 1971 D one of the highest mintage Kennedy half-dollars. Because so many were made, most circulated examples remain worth only face value or a small premium. However, collectors know that rarity is not always determined by mintage alone. Certain striking errors, unusual die varieties, exceptional condition, or coins with outstanding eye appeal can dramatically increase the value, transforming an ordinary 50-cent piece into a highly desirable collectible. One of the most exciting facts about the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is that condition matters enormously. A coin that spent decades in circulation may appear scratched, dull, or heavily worn. Normally this reduces value. However, if that same worn coin displays a genuine mint error or an important die variety, collectors may still pay hundreds of dollars. Many beginners mistakenly throw away damaged-looking coins without checking for rare characteristics. Experienced numismatists inspect every detail under magnification, because even a rough-condition coin can contain a hidden treasure. The difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary one often comes down to tiny details invisible to the naked eye. Collectors should carefully examine the obverse portrait of President Kennedy. Look closely at the hair details above the forehead, the ear, the jawline, and the lettering around the rim. Signs of doubling, misplaced design elements, die cracks, die chips, or unusual surface texture may indicate a collectible variety. On the reverse, featuring the presidential seal with the eagle holding arrows and an olive branch, inspect every feather, every letter, and the stars surrounding the design. Mint-made abnormalities are far more valuable than post-mint damage, so learning to recognize authentic mint errors is one of the most important skills for any coin hunter. Among the most valuable 1971 Kennedy half-dollars are those with genuine mint errors. These include off-center strikes, where the design is not centered on the coin, double strikes where the coin was struck twice, clipped planchets where part of the metal blank is missing, broad strikes where the coin expands beyond its normal diameter, and die cracks or cud errors, where damaged dies leave raised metal on the finished coin. Depending on the size and visibility of the error, these fascinating coins can sell anywhere from around $100 to several $1,000s. Dramatic and easily visible errors generally command the highest premiums because collectors enjoy owning coins that clearly display unusual minting mistakes. Another important factor is the coin's strike quality. Although millions of 1971 Kennedy half dollars were produced, many were weakly struck because mint dies wore down during production. Coins showing exceptionally sharp hair detail, crisp lettering, and strong eagle feathers are much scarcer than average examples. Professional grading services reward these superior coins with higher grades, and collectors compete aggressively for the finest known pieces. Even though millions exist, only a tiny percentage survive in nearly flawless mint state condition, making them surprisingly valuable at auction. Professional grading has become one of the most significant influences on modern coin values. Organizations such as PCGS and NGC examine coins for authenticity, preservation, strike quality, luster, and overall eye appeal. A circulated 1971 Kennedy half dollar in rough condition without errors is generally worth only 50 cents to a few dollars. An attractive uncirculated specimen may bring tens of dollars. Coins graded MS66 or MS67 can reach several $100s, while the very finest certified examples have sold for well over $1,000. A rare mint-era coin authenticated by a respected grading service may command even higher prices because buyers have greater confidence in its authenticity. Today, the market for Kennedy half dollars continues to grow as more collectors search for overlooked varieties and investment-quality examples. Online auctions, coin shows, estate sales, and dealer inventories constantly reveal surprising discoveries. While most circulated 1971 coins remain inexpensive, special examples continue attracting strong bidding. Depending on rarity, certification, and collector demand, prices may range from around $100 for minor but desirable errors to several $1,000s for spectacular mint mistakes or top population certified coins. The excitement comes from never knowing whether an ordinary-looking coin could turn out to be something extraordinary. If your 1971 Kennedy half dollar is in rough condition, don't assume it has no value. Examine it carefully under bright lighting with a magnifying glass. Check for doubling in the lettering, unusual shapes around the rim, missing sections of the design, dramatic die cracks, clipped edges, off-center strikes, or any other feature that looks different from a normal coin. Compare your coin with photographs of verified mint errors. If you believe you have discovered something unusual, avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning can significantly reduce collector value. Instead, store it safely and consider having it evaluated by an experienced coin dealer or professional grading service. Many of the highest-priced coins ever discovered were originally overlooked because they appeared ordinary or heavily circulated. Stories from the coin-collecting community tell of rare varieties being found in inherited collections, old piggy banks, estate boxes, and even bank rolls. While most 1971 Kennedy half dollars are common, these stories remind collectors that careful observation can sometimes lead to remarkable discoveries. Patience, knowledge, and attention to detail are often more important than luck when searching for valuable coins. The unique features that make a 1971 Kennedy half dollar desirable include its historical importance as the first regular-issue copper-nickel-clad Kennedy half dollar, its Denver Mint origin, its iconic portrait of President John F. Kennedy, and the possibility of rare mint errors or exceptional preservation. These characteristics continue attracting collectors from around the world. Even though the majority of examples remain affordable, the rare exceptions generate tremendous excitement whenever they appear on the market. When discussing market values, it is important to remember that no single price applies to every coin. A heavily worn, ordinary 1971 Kennedy half dollar is usually worth face value or only a modest premium. Verified error coins can sell from approximately $100 to over $1,000, depending on the error type and condition. High-grade certified mint state examples may also reach hundreds or even several $1,000s in competitive auctions. Every coin must be evaluated individually based on condition, rarity, authenticity, and collector demand, which explains why two coins of the same date can have dramatically different values. The 1971 Kennedy half dollar remains one of the most interesting modern U.S. coins for collectors because it combines historical significance with the ongoing possibility of discovering rare varieties. Whether you inherited one from a family member, found one in a coin roll, or already own several in a collection, it is worth taking a closer look. That ordinary-looking 50-cent piece could simply be a common circulation coin, or it could contain the rare features that serious collectors are searching for. Before you spend it, inspect every detail carefully. You might be holding a hidden piece of American numismatic history worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Next up, the most talked about modern American coins, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark. Thousands of people discover this coin in old collections, inherited coin jars or bank rolls, and immediately wonder whether they have stumbled upon a hidden treasure. While the lack of a mint mark often raises excitement, the real story behind this coin is far more fascinating. In today's video, we'll explore its history, unique design, important features, rarity, current market values, and the special characteristics that can transform an ordinary 50-cent coin into one worth hundreds, or in exceptional cases, even thousands of dollars. Make sure to watch until the end, because some tiny details can make a huge difference. The story of the Kennedy half-dollar began in 1964, shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy in November 1963. The United States Mint worked with remarkable speed to honor the late president, replacing the Benjamin Franklin half-dollar with a new design featuring Kennedy's portrait. The coin immediately became one of the most popular coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. Americans saved millions of them as keepsakes rather than spending them in everyday commerce. Even years later, collectors continued searching for Kennedy half-dollars from different dates, mint locations, and varieties, making the series one of the most collected modern American coin programs. By 1973, the United States Mint was producing Kennedy half-dollars primarily for circulation, although many Americans still preferred to save them instead of using them. If your 1973 Kennedy half-dollar has no mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that era, Philadelphia circulation coins generally did not carry a mint mark. Therefore, a missing mint mark on a 1973 half-dollar is completely normal and should not automatically be considered a mint error or a sign of rarity. However, the coin's overall condition, strike quality, and any genuine mint errors are what collectors pay close attention to today. Looking closely at the obverse or front of the coin, you'll see a detailed portrait of President John F. Kennedy designed by Gilroy Roberts. Around the edge appears the word Liberty, while In God We Trust is split on either side of Kennedy's neck. The date 1973 appears at the bottom. On the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro, you'll find the presidential seal featuring a heraldic eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing America's desire for peace while remaining prepared for defense. 50 stars surround the design, representing the states of the Union. One unique feature of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is its composition. Unlike the silver Kennedy half-dollars minted in 1964 and the 40% silver issues produced from 1965 through 1970 for circulation, the regular 1973 circulation coin contains no silver. Instead, it is made from a copper-nickel clad composition consisting of outer layers of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs approximately 11.34 grams and measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter. Although it lacks precious metal value, collector demand depends heavily on condition and rarity. Many collectors mistakenly believe that every coin without a mint mark is rare. In reality, the Philadelphia Mint struck more than 43 million Kennedy half-dollars in 1973. Because of this relatively large mintage, ordinary circulated examples are common. A coin in fine condition usually shows noticeable wear across Kennedy's hair, cheek, and the eagle's feathers, but the major details remain visible. For most fine-grade examples, market values generally range from about 50 cents to a few dollars depending on demand and the seller. Simply having no mint mark does not place the coin into the rare category. Where values become much more exciting is in coins preserved in exceptionally high mint state grades. Coins certified as M-66, M-67, or even finer by professional grading services are dramatically scarcer than circulated examples. Since very few circulation coins survive in nearly flawless condition, collectors compete aggressively for the best specimens. Certified high-grade examples have sold for hundreds of dollars, and the finest known pieces have reached prices well into the thousands at major auctions. These premium values are based on outstanding preservation, not merely the date or missing mint mark. Another reason a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar may become valuable is the presence of genuine mint errors. Collectors actively search for dramatic off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, double strikes, die cracks, die breaks, struck through errors, and significant double dies. Authentic error coins are much scarcer than standard coins and often attract strong bidding. Depending on the type, visibility, and certification of the error, values can range from several $100s to well over $1,000. Collectors also pay attention to strong luster, attractive original surfaces, and sharp details. Coins that have never been cleaned or harshly polished are usually more desirable than those with damaged surfaces. A natural appearance can significantly improve collector interest. Even a common date like 1973 can become much more valuable when preserved with exceptional eye appeal and professionally authenticated by a respected grading company. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC play a major role in today's coin market. When a valuable Kennedy half-dollar is authenticated and graded by one of these organizations, buyers gain confidence that the coin is genuine and accurately described. This often results in stronger auction prices than similar coins sold without certification. If you believe your coin has extraordinary quality or an unusual mint error, professional grading may be worth considering. Today's market for Kennedy half-dollars continues to grow because new collectors enter the hobby every year. The series combines American history, beautiful artwork, affordability, and the possibility of discovering overlooked treasures in old collections. While ordinary circulated 1973 Philadelphia coins remain inexpensive, exceptional examples with remarkable preservation or major mint errors continue attracting impressive prices whenever they appear in major auctions. If you're examining your own 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, start by checking for excessive wear, unusual doubling, off-center striking, missing design elements, or other obvious mint errors. Weighing the coin accurately, comparing it with certified examples, and examining it under magnification can help identify important characteristics. Never clean the coin, since cleaning often reduces collector value. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder until you know exactly what you have. One of the greatest misconceptions in coin collecting is believing that age alone creates value. In reality, rarity, condition, demand, authenticity, and eye appeal work together to determine a coin's price. Millions of 1973 Kennedy half-dollars survive today, but only a tiny percentage remain in outstanding condition or display collectible mint errors. Those are the coins capable of bringing impressive premiums in today's marketplace. Current market values vary widely depending on grade and characteristics. A typical fine condition 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark usually sells for around face value to a few dollars. Attractive uncirculated examples may bring several dollars to several dozen dollars. Professionally graded premium mint state coins can sell for hundreds of dollars, while the finest certified examples or significant mint error coins have realized prices reaching into the thousands of dollars at auction. Each coin must be evaluated individually before assigning a value. Thank you for watching this complete guide to the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark. Hopefully, you now understand why this coin continues to capture the attention of collectors around the world. Although most examples are common, discovering a superbly preserved specimen or a genuine mint error could be an exciting find next up. The 1978 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark struck at the Denver Mint in the United States. While millions of these coins were produced, a small number in exceptional condition or with rare mint errors have become highly desirable. Some examples have sold for hundreds of dollars, while a few outstanding specimens have reached into the thousands at major coin auctions. In today's video, we'll uncover the fascinating history of this coin, explain its unique features, discuss the rare varieties collectors search for, and reveal why one ordinary-looking half-dollar could actually be worth far more than its face value. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964, only months after the tragic assassination of President John Kennedy. Americans wanted a lasting tribute to the beloved president, and the United States Mint responded by placing his portrait on the half-dollar denomination. The coin quickly became one of the most recognizable pieces of American currency. By 1978, the Kennedy half-dollar had already been circulating for over a decade. Although fewer people used half-dollars in everyday shopping, the coin continued to be produced for collectors and limited circulation, making every yearly issue an important part of the Kennedy half-dollar series. The 1978 D Kennedy half-dollar was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark located on the obverse of the coin. Over 33 million examples were produced, meaning that ordinary circulated coins are generally common. However, collectors understand that survival in outstanding condition is much rarer than the original mintage suggests. Most coins entered circulation, received scratches, dents, and wear, while only a tiny percentage remained in brilliant mint condition. This difference in preservation is one of the biggest reasons some examples command significantly higher prices. Today, the obverse of the coin features a detailed portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy faces left, surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty in God We Trust and the date 1978. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, displays the presidential seal of the United States, showing a majestic eagle with a shield, olive branch, arrows, stars, and surrounding lettering reading United States of America and $half. The impressive artwork remains one of the most recognizable designs in modern American coinage. Unlike the original 1964 Kennedy $half, which contained 90% silver, the 1978 D coin is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. It consists of outer layers of copper and nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs approximately 11.34 grams, measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge. Although it contains no silver, collectors value exceptional examples because of their condition, rarity, and eye appeal rather than precious metal content. Many people believe every old coin is automatically valuable, but collectors focus on several important factors. For the 1978 D Kennedy $half, value depends on condition, strike quality, original mint luster, rarity, certification, and possible mint errors. A heavily worn coin may only be worth face value, while a flawless example that has never circulated can bring dramatically higher prices. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC often assign grades from MS60 to MS67 or higher, and each higher grade can significantly increase the coin's market value. One exciting reason collectors search through rolls of Kennedy $half is the possibility of discovering a rare mint error. Valuable errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double dies, die cracks, broad strikes, strike-through errors, and dramatic misalignments. These unusual mistakes occur during the minting process and can transform an otherwise common coin into a highly collectible rarity. Depending on the type and severity of the error, values can range from several $100s to well over $1,000. Today's market shows that an ordinary circulated 1978 D Kennedy $half is generally worth only its face value of 50 cents, with lightly circulated examples often selling for around $1 to $3. However, brilliant uncirculated coins can sell for $10 to $40, while premium mint state examples graded MS65 to MS66 may bring $75 to several $100s. Exceptional certified examples graded at the very top of the population, or coins with major mint errors, have sold for hundreds and even several $1,000s at auction. Depending on rarity, demand, and eye appeal, collectors carefully examine every detail of a 1978 D Kennedy $half before deciding its value. They look for sharp hair details on Kennedy's portrait, bright original mint luster, clean fields without scratches, strong lettering, and a fully struck eagle on the reverse. Coins that appear untouched since leaving the mint often receive higher grades and attract competitive bidding from collectors who want the finest known examples for their collections. Professional grading has become one of the most important parts of the rare coin market. Companies like PCGS and NGC examine authenticity, preservation, and overall quality before sealing coins inside protective holders. A certified high-grade 1978 D Kennedy $half often sells for considerably more than a similar raw coin because buyers have confidence in its authenticity and condition. Certification can also protect the coin from damage while increasing buyer trust over the years. Rare high-grade 1978 D Kennedy $half have appeared in major auctions where collectors competed aggressively for the finest examples available. While average pieces remain inexpensive, coins graded near the top of the known population have realized prices ranging from several $100s to well over $1,000, especially when outstanding eye appeal and exceptional preservation combine with strong collector demand. These auction records demonstrate how condition can completely transform the value of a modern coin. If you enjoy coin hunting, don't overlook $half received from banks, estate sales, inherited collections, or old coin jars. Examine every 1978 D Kennedy $half carefully under good lighting. Look for unusual doubling, off-center strikes, brilliant original surfaces, and minimal signs of wear. Avoid cleaning any coin because cleaning can permanently reduce its value. If you believe you have discovered an outstanding example or a possible mint error, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service. The Kennedy $half series continues to attract collectors around the world because it combines American history, beautiful design, and affordable collecting opportunities. Many collectors attempt to build complete date and mint collections, while others focus only on the highest grade certified examples. This ongoing demand helps support prices for premium quality coins, especially those that are difficult to locate in exceptional condition. Although the majority of 1978 D Kennedy $half are worth only modest amounts, remarkable discoveries still happen. A coin preserved for decades in nearly perfect condition, or displaying a dramatic mint error, can become a valuable collector's item. That is why experienced numismatists continue searching through bank rolls and old collections, knowing that a single overlooked coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, instead of just 50 cents. The 1978 D. Kennedy half-dollar reminds us that the true value of a coin is determined by much more than its age. History, rarity, condition, certification, collector demand, and mint errors all play important roles in determining market value. While most examples remain inexpensive, the finest certified coins and spectacular error varieties have proven capable of bringing impressive prices at auction. So before you spend or ignore your old Kennedy half-dollars, take a closer look. You might be holding a remarkable piece of American history with a value far beyond its face value. Next up, the story of the 1981 D. Kennedy half-dollar begins with one of the most famous coin designs in United States history. The Kennedy half-dollar was introduced in 1964, shortly after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in November 1963. The United States government decided to honor the beloved president by placing his portrait on a circulating coin. The half-dollar became a national tribute, and millions of Americans wanted to own a piece of history connected to President Kennedy. The obverse design featuring Kennedy's portrait was created by Chief Engraver Gilroy Roberts, while the reverse design showing the presidential seal was created by Frank Gasparo. John F. Kennedy remains one of the most recognized presidents in American history. His presidency represented a period of major events, including the space race, the Cold War, and important moments in civil rights history. Because of his popularity and the emotional impact of his assassination, the Kennedy half-dollar became more than just ordinary money. It became a symbol of remembrance. The 1981 D. Kennedy half-dollar continued this tradition nearly 2 decades after the original release, keeping Kennedy's legacy alive through everyday American coinage. The 1981 D. Kennedy half-dollar was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the major coin-producing facilities of the United States Mint. The D Mint mark located on the front side of the coin below Kennedy's neck identifies it as a Denver Mint issue. In 1981, millions of Kennedy half-dollars were struck for circulation, meaning this coin was not considered rare when it was first released. However, the condition of individual coins today has created a major difference in value. Coins that survive decades without scratches, wear, or damage are much more desirable to collectors. The 1981 D. Kennedy half-dollar has many important design features that collectors examine carefully. The obverse displays the detailed portrait of President Kennedy, including the inscriptions "Liberty" above his head, "In God We Trust" across the lower area, and the date 1981. The reverse features the Great Seal of the United States with a shield, eagle, stars, and the inscriptions "United States of America," half-dollar, and the famous motto "EPLURBUSUNUM." The craftsmanship of these details makes the Kennedy half-dollar one of the most recognizable modern American coins. The 1981 D. Kennedy half-dollar was made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. Unlike the early Kennedy half-dollars from 1964, which contained silver, the 1981 D issue does not have precious metal value. The coin weighs approximately 11.34 grams and has a diameter of about 30.6 millimeters. Its large size and impressive design make it attractive to collectors, even though its metal value is relatively low. The main source of value comes from rarity, condition, demand, and certified quality. When discussing the value of the 1981 D. Kennedy half-dollar, condition is one of the most important factors. A common circulated example may only be worth its face value or slightly more. However, a coin that has remained in brilliant uncirculated condition with sharp details, original mint luster, and minimal marks can become much more valuable. Professional grading services examine coins based on their preservation, strike quality, and overall appearance. Coins receiving very high grades are especially attractive because few examples survive at that level. Collectors often use grading terms such as MS60, MS63, MS65, and higher to describe uncirculated coins. A 1981 D. Kennedy half-dollar graded in the lower mint state range may have limited additional value, but coins approaching the finest known grades can command stronger prices. The difference between an ordinary coin and a premium quality example can be dramatic. Tiny details such as full hair definition on Kennedy's portrait, strong lettering, clean fields, and bright original surfaces can separate an average coin from a collector-quality treasure. Collectors searching for the 1981 D. Kennedy half-dollar examine several unique features. They look for strong strikes from the Denver Mint, attractive natural toning, original mint shine, and coins with very few contact marks. Some collectors also search for unusual varieties or errors, such as double design elements, missing details, or unusual minting mistakes. Although major errors on this date are not common, any authenticated mint error can dramatically increase collector interest and value. A common question is whether the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar is truly rare. The answer depends on what type of rarity we are discussing. The regular circulation version was produced in large quantities, so an average example is not considered rare. However, coins in exceptional condition are much harder to find because many were used in daily transactions, stored improperly, scratched, or damaged over time. High-grade surviving examples create a different level of rarity that collectors are willing to pay for. The market value of the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar can vary widely. A typical circulated coin may sell for around face value to a few dollars, depending on demand and condition. Nice uncirculated examples may bring higher prices, especially when professionally graded. Exceptional certified examples can reach hundreds of dollars, and extremely high-grade coins with special characteristics or rare errors may attract prices reaching into the thousands of dollars. However, value depends on actual auction results, certification, and collector demand. Several factors influence how much a 1981 Kennedy half-dollar can be worth. The first factor is grade, because collectors pay premiums for coins preserved at the highest levels. The second factor is eye appeal, including bright luster, clean surfaces, and strong details. The third factor is rarity, especially if the coin has an unusual error or belongs to a difficult-to-find high-grade category. Finally, market trends and the number of collectors searching for Kennedy half-dollars can influence prices. If you have a 1981 Kennedy half-dollar, begin by examining the coin carefully under good lighting. Check the D mint mark below Kennedy's portrait to confirm it is a Denver issue. Look for scratches, discoloration, wear, and damage. A coin with original shine, sharp details, and no major marks may deserve professional evaluation. Avoid cleaning the coin, because cleaning can reduce collector value. Serious collectors prefer coins with original surfaces for a potentially valuable 1981 Kennedy half-dollar. Professional grading can provide important information. Certified coins from respected grading companies receive an official grade and authentication label. This certification helps buyers and sellers understand the quality of the coin and can increase confidence in the marketplace. A high-grade certified example is easier to compare with other coins and may achieve stronger prices at auctions. The future value of the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar depends on collector interest and the availability of high-quality examples. Modern coin collecting continues to grow as more people discover valuable coins hidden in collections and family belongings. Although millions of these coins were made, truly beautiful examples remain desirable. Coins with exceptional preservation, rare errors, or top professional grades may continue to attract attention from collectors looking for important pieces of American history. The 1981 Kennedy half-dollar is a fascinating combination of history, design, and collecting opportunity. While most examples are not extremely rare, a beautiful high-grade coin can be a valuable addition to a collection. Its connection to President John F. Kennedy, its Denver mint origin, and its classic American design make it an important modern United States coin. Always remember that condition is the key. A common coin in extraordinary condition can become a valuable collectible. So check your old coins carefully, protect them properly, and you may discover a piece of American history worth far more than its original 50-cent value. Next up, the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar from the United States. At first glance, this coin may look like an ordinary 50-cent piece, but collectors know that certain examples can become highly desirable because of their condition, quality, and unique characteristics. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark was produced at the Denver Mint, and coins preserved in exceptional uncirculated condition have attracted attention from collectors searching for high-grade modern U.S. coins. In this video, we will uncover the history behind this coin, explain its special features, discuss why some examples are more valuable than others, and explore how the current market evaluates these coins, with top-quality specimens sometimes reaching values from hundreds to even thousands of dollars depending on rarity, certification, and collector demand. The story of the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar begins with the creation of the Kennedy half-dollar series in 1964, following the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy in November 1963. The United States government quickly moved to honor the nation's 35th president by placing his portrait on a circulating coin. The half-dollar was selected as the denomination for this tribute, and the first Kennedy half-dollars were released in 1964. Designed by chief engraver Gilroy Roberts and assistant engraver Frank Gasparo, the coin became one of the most recognizable pieces of American currency. By the time the 1983 issue was produced, the Kennedy half-dollar had already become an important symbol of remembrance and patriotism, making every year of the series interesting to collectors. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark located on the reverse side of the coin. The Denver Mint has produced many important United States coins throughout history, and coins carrying the D mark are often collected as part of complete mint-marked sets. In 1983, millions of Kennedy half-dollars were produced for circulation, meaning the coin was not originally considered rare. However, many coins entered daily use and developed scratches, marks, and wear. The examples that survived in brilliant uncirculated condition are much more attractive to collectors because they preserve the original mint appearance, sharp details, and natural luster from the day they were produced. One of the reasons collectors appreciate the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar is its classic design. The obverse features a detailed portrait of President John F. Kennedy facing left. Around his portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the year of issue 1983. The reverse displays the presidential seal, including the eagle holding arrows and an olive branch, surrounded by stars, and the inscriptions "United States of America" and "half-dollar." The design represents strength, unity, and American history. On high-grade uncirculated examples, collectors look for strong details in Kennedy's hair, the lettering, the eagle's feathers, and the overall sharpness of the strike. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar was produced using a copper-nickel-clad composition. Unlike earlier Kennedy half-dollars from 1964 that contained silver, later issues were made with a copper core surrounded by layers of copper and nickel. The coin weighs approximately 11.34 grams and measures about 30.6 millimeters in diameter. Because it does not contain precious metal like the early silver issues, its value comes mainly from condition, rarity, errors, and collector interest. Many collectors who search for valuable 1983 Kennedy halves are not looking for silver content. They are looking for exceptional examples with outstanding preservation and unusual characteristics. Condition is one of the most important factors in determining the value of a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar. A normal circulated coin may only be worth its face value or slightly more to collectors, but an uncirculated coin with brilliant original luster can attract much greater attention. Professional grading companies evaluate coins based on factors such as strike quality, surface preservation, eye appeal, and the number of contact marks. A coin graded at a very high level, such as near the top of the grading scale, can become much more desirable because fewer examples exist in that condition. Collectors often compete for coins that look almost exactly as they did when they left the Denver Mint. When examining a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, experienced collectors search for several important features. These include strong mint luster, a sharp strike, clean surfaces, attractive natural coloring, and possible mint errors. Some valuable coins may contain unusual characteristics caused during the minting process, such as doubled design elements, die varieties, planchet issues, or striking abnormalities. These varieties can make an otherwise common coin much more interesting. However, not every unusual-looking coin is rare or valuable, so authentication and professional examination are important before assigning a high-value. Mint errors are among the most exciting discoveries in coin collecting. A 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with a genuine mint error could attract significant attention from specialists. Errors occur when something unexpected happens during production, creating a coin different from standard examples. Collectors study these differences carefully because rare errors can become valuable pieces of numismatic history. Examples of important error categories include doubled dies, off-center strikes, missing design elements, or unusual die characteristics. The value depends on the type of error, how dramatic it is, and how many examples are known. The current market value of a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar varies widely depending on condition and rarity. Most ordinary examples are not extremely valuable because large quantities were produced. However, coins in exceptional uncirculated grades, especially those certified by professional grading services, can command higher prices. Premium examples may sell for hundreds of dollars, while extraordinary specimens with rare characteristics, top population grades, or significant errors may reach much higher levels, sometimes entering the thousands of dollars range in competitive collector markets. The key factor is not simply the year and mint mark. It is the combination of rarity, quality, demand, and certification for collectors hoping to understand the true value of a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar. Professional grading plays an important role. Companies that specialize in coin authentication and grading examine coins under controlled conditions and assign grades that describe their condition. A certified high-grade coin usually receives more confidence from buyers because its authenticity and quality have been professionally evaluated. Collectors searching for valuable Kennedy halves often pay close attention to population reports, which show how many coins have received certain grades. A coin with a very limited number of higher-grade examples can become especially desirable if you discover a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar. The first step is careful examination. Avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning can reduce collector value. Look for the Denver D mint mark, strong details, original shine and minimal surface damage. Use proper lighting and magnification to inspect the coin's lettering, portrait details and possible errors. Coins stored in protective holders from the beginning are more likely to maintain high quality. If the coin appears unusually sharp, beautiful, or different from normal examples, professional evaluation may be worthwhile. Modern coin collecting has grown significantly as more people search through old collections, inherited coins, and bank rolls looking for valuable discoveries. The Kennedy half-dollar series remains popular because it connects collectors with a major moment in American history. The 1983 issue represents an era when half-dollars were still produced for circulation, but were becoming less common in everyday transactions. This combination of historical connection and collector interest keeps demand alive for high-quality examples. Many collectors enjoy building complete Kennedy half-dollar collections by date, mint mark, and condition. Some collectors view rare coins as both historical treasures and potential investments. A high-grade 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with exceptional qualities may increase in value if collector demand grows. However, coin values can change over time based on market trends, auction results, and the number of collectors searching for specific pieces. The most successful collectors usually focus on education, authentication, and careful research, rather than assuming every old coin is automatically valuable. Understanding rarity and quality is the foundation of successful coin collecting. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar teaches an important lesson in coin collecting. Value is often hidden in the smallest details. While millions of these coins were produced, the finest examples with outstanding preservation, rare errors, or exceptional grading can become highly sought-after collectibles. A coin sitting unnoticed in a collection could potentially be worth far more than its original face value if it has the right combination of features. Collectors should always examine their coins carefully, preserve them properly, and learn about professional grading before making decisions about value. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar is more than just a 50-cent piece. It is a small piece of American history connected to the legacy of President John F. Kennedy and the evolution of United States coinage. Its value story shows how condition, rarity, and collector passion can transform an everyday coin into a fascinating collectible. Whether you are a beginner searching through coins for the first time or an experienced collector building a valuable collection, the Kennedy half-dollar series continues to offer excitement and discovery. Keep searching, keep learning, and remember, sometimes the greatest treasures are hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching.